LexxExpress presents a WWE review. Subscribe, like, and comment. Don't miss out on another stream or video. What's up, guys? We're going to be talking about WWE Wrestlemania Backlash. If you missed out on all my reviews for each individual match, it's up on the channel. Just hit up the channel and check out whichever match you want to see me talk about. Here, we're just going to generalize, talk about the show overall and the pacing and the matches we ended up having and the people we didn't end up seeing. And we're going to start off with the people we didn't see. We didn't have Austin Theory and his U.S. title with the story that's going on with Mustafa Ali. Okay, we didn't see that. We didn't see Ciampa as well. Or Miz. We didn't see Kevin Owens and Zeke. We didn't get to hear Zeke speak. So that wasn't in the picture. We didn't even see the New Day or Butch nor Sheamus and, Ridge Holland. We also didn't see Ricochet and his IC title. We didn't see Becky Lynch or Bianca Belair and her championship. So there was a lot of missing superstars from this WrestleMania Backlash card, and the show turned out to be amazing. In my opinion, I thought the show was amazing. Why? Well, because my expectations were dead, like buried underground pretty much. Leading up to the pay-per-view, people were asking me if I was excited. First and foremost, they did it on Mother's Day. That was always going to be a problem for me. I love doing watch parties and I wasn't able to, but I ended up watching it with my mom and hanging out and talking, tuning in and out of certain moments, especially the Madcap versus Baron Corbin match, or Happy Corbin as they call him. But overall, the show was just a lot of fun, and it kicked things off with Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins. They kicked things off in high gear, and I thought that was a smart idea because this is a pure wrestling match. These guys are going at it in the purest form of pro wrestling. Good story, good chemistry in the ring, and I knew they were going to show up and show out. So kicking off the show with one of the most anticipated matches on the card was going to put all the fans in good spirits. And it sure as hell did. It worked like a charm because I was already on a backlash high. I was like, oh my God, if they started off with this, I just honestly hope that it didn't fall off because they kicked off with Cody and Seth. That was pretty impressive. And then we followed that match with Omos and Bobby Lashley, I believe. And I was just like, shit, all right, I'll take it. Let's just get it over with. Let's see what happens. I mean, this could have happened a little later, but I'll take it. Let's see what happens. And it ended up being a good story match. Now, Omos didn't really sell all the moves, and he's a little stiff in the ring. He's still getting better, but MVP was always going to make the match exciting, and seeing him against Bobby Lashley is must-see TV, especially since they were together for so long, and Bobby Lashley's main event run was with MVP, so seeing them clash is always a pleasure, and Bobby Lashley is a main eventer in every form, man. I love Bobby. I thought the match was fun, exciting, and ultimately, now they're tied 1-1. I want to see where that goes. And back to the Cody and Seth match. I figured that they would tie it up and have Seth win, but Cody barely got that dub, and the way that he did with the roll-up pin, it was cool to see him like kind of sneak it into effect. He reversed Seth and got him on that, and yeah, it was just another barn burner, as they say. And we saw Cody get the pedigree and the Cody cutter, and all this happened, and it was just a lot of fun. So yeah, Cody versus Seth, and then we had the Omos and Bobby Lashley. I'm trying to go a million miles an hour here because we got so many things to cover. Following that match, we had Edge versus AJ Styles. I was like, okay, hold on. So you mean to tell me you start off with these guys and then you lead into AJ and Edge already? I was excited for that match because I wanted to see if anybody was going to make a debut, and we got a debut, all right. So they were tearing down the house as well. We saw Damian Priest come out, then Finn Balor comes out right after. Boom, boom, boom. They're duking it out. Random person with a mask comes out, screws over AJ. AJ ends up freaking losing the match to Edge. Boom. Who is it? Rhea Ripley, damn it. Wow. I was like, what? You know, they're doing it, man. The fans were obviously eating it up. Everyone was cheering, and it's just exciting to see Edge in a dope stable. Judgment Day, as they call it, was just cool to see Rhea also get that spotlight. So we'll see where this goes on Monday Night Raw. But then they followed that up with what was it? Charlotte versus Ronda Rousey, a match that no one wanted to see. I said it in my review for that match. No one cared about that, including myself. I skipped over their build-up. I didn't want to see anything. They made SmackDown boring for me just because I wasn't excited for it. I'm like, what else can they offer us with this match? Man, did they tear it down too. They brought in candlesticks, chairs. They went to the Titatron area. They went to the crowd all over the outside of the ring, inside the ring. It was just so much fun. What an exciting I Quit match. They left it all out there, and Ronda ends up capturing the title in such a cool fashion where they said that she fractured Charlotte's arm. So they're making this into a big old story where they're pretty much rivals at this point, right? So Ronda's going to be champ. We'll see who steps up and goes up against her next. And then after that, I was already like, oh shit, it's the 6-man tag already. And we ended up getting, you know, the Bloodline versus RK McBro. Check out my review for that one where I go a little deeper in it. But overall, that match was also freaking fun. Another match that I was just questioning left and right. How are you guys going to have Roman not defend his title at the pay-per-view? Why isn't the tag titles on the line? What the hell is going on? Is it a winner take all? Where are they going with this story? Why are they rushing Drew versus Roman? That's a match that we all wanted to see eventually. They didn't build it up. It was just shoehorned, it felt like. Change of plans, boom, bang, bang, whatever. Thank you, whatever. And I'm just like, what? But, yo, somehow, some way, I think it was the pacing of the show was so well done that it was just planned out perfect. I am so hyped to talk about this match that I forgot to even mention Madcap Moss versus Happy Corbin, which that match wasn't horrible. Honestly, I really don't think that match was horrible. But it was the piss break of the night. That match could have happened on SmackDown for the millionth time and we would have seen it because we had to, and we would have been done with it. Madcap needs to change his gear, he needs to change his theme song, and he needs a gimmick. A new gimmick. Now, not that I don't like that they're creating this like breakup story, because I think Happy Corbin is a formidable heel, and he is definitely a lot like The Miz, where he makes you want to boo the shit out of him. But I feel like Madcap needs to switch already, man. He's still wearing the same getup and trying to be funny, and like, stop. We know you're a good in-ring worker, but this match shouldn't have been on the card when you left out, you know, Austin Theory or Ricochet. So, I don't know. I just don't care to talk about that match. So let's get back into the 6-man. So the 6-man tag, super surprising. I love that Roman didn't want to go in right away. I love that they teased it. I like that Riddle was the one that got beat up, which ultimately led to great moments for Drew when he got tagged in. And then that led to Randy getting tagged in, and it reminded me of the 20th year celebration, 20th anniversary celebration for Randy on Raw, where they had Randy go all out and do his thing. Really enjoyed seeing that. Really, let me tell y'all, man, Randy, you can just tell he's having the time of his life, and you love to see it. Everything he's doing is just working right now, and we're all just like in awe. So Roman gets tagged in, and then, you know, he's talking shit to the crowd. We're all into it. Bang, bang, bang. It was just pure joy. Pure joy. Loved it. I was still able to enjoy this show while watching my Miami Heat lose in the playoffs. That's how much I enjoyed this show. They were able to help me get over the fact that we were getting our butt whooped by the Philadelphia 76ers. I just had to mention that because I was watching the Heat game on my phone, the freaking pay-per-view on my TV. It was Mother's Day. We had a lot going on, and I was still able to freaking lock in and enjoy the great spots that this pay-per-view had to offer. So, all things considered, I'm going to go ahead and probably give this pay-per-view maybe like, what, an 8.5? I have to knock it down a little bit because they didn't have a lot of titles on the line, and I think pay-per-views, like those premium events, need to have the titles on the line, no excuses. But they still managed to pull it off. If all the titles were on the line, it might have ended up being like a 9 or a 10 for a WWE show, you know? So can't wait to see Raw, where stories end up heading, you know, what direction they go with now. And then SmackDown, let's see what they build up, because I think they're teasing Shinsuke versus Roman. Hell in the Cell is going to be at the beginning of June, so I want to see a lot of Hell in the Cell matches. I want to see a lot of titles on the line, man. I want to see the belts on the line. Stop the cap, WWE. Put the belts on the line at these shows. There was a lot of good stories. That you're lucky. You're lucky that these performers went all out and we had good stories going on. So it ended up being super enjoyable. But guys, hit me up in the comments section. I'll see y'all later on stream. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. You heard it here, 8.5 out of 10. You know, I could have maybe gone a little higher, but I got to knock them points down for not having the titles on the line. I'm sorry. I just had to. See you on the next one, though. Peace.